Hey everyone, welcome to the trading floor's 25 days of Tradesmas. Make sure you stick around to the end of this video to find out how you can win $1,000.
Hello everyone, my name is Karl from the trading floor and I'm here to break down one of my strategy wars trades and also a big Tradesmas from the trading floor. So let's get started. So first off, on the daily, as you can see, after elections in the United States, we displaced higher on the daily charts. We zoom out a bit. I know there's a lot of markups. It seems a bit messy, but we'll get to that. So as you can see, price on 6th of November displaced higher, breaking the highs, and also on Thursday taking out the previous all-time high here. So after the displacement, price took out the high of 7th of November, and on 11th November it made a new all-time high essentially, which is also a short-term high for now on daily, because we have a lower wick on the left and a lower wick on the right. So we have a short-term high confirmed here, which indicates that price may want to retrace. So we have the first discount we see here, which is not in discount, but it's still considered a discount array because it's below the current price as where we are right now. So going in with that idea on the daily, we want to see price trade lower and hopefully trade into the discount where we can later take some longs. And now quickly going on dollar index, so you can see why I was thinking where I was thinking, because also you see how the dollar index has been going higher, and usually dollar index going higher means that indices and foreign currency is going to go lower. And from the dollar, we had these daily or weekly targets. So we had a weekly short-term high for the buy side and weekly intermediate-term high for the buy side. And these have been tagged today, or rather today on 13th of November, on Wednesday. My highest target for this week, which is the intermediate-term high buy side, has been taken out. Okay, now let's go back to the Nasdaq. So 4 hour, bear with me. So as you can see, before the elections, the price has been kind of rangy in search and destroy conditions. It has been that great trade, at least in my opinion. And before the elections, we had this sharp run lower to take the sell side and trade into an old new week opening gap. And after the elections, as you can see, we're in the high and we failed to make a lower low. And then we start displacing before the elections. And then throughout that, we started displacing higher, which isn't symmetrical as to what the dollar is doing, but we need to trade what the market is giving us. So on the 4 hour, we have a clear discount array here. If you will put your BC on this candle in here, you will see that we have a clear discount array. And as you can see, we have traded to it price already now. Okay. So not much on the 4 hour, it's more of a intraday trade, but I'm going to paint you a picture of what I was looking at before I executed. So again, after making the all-time high, price has been steadily going lower. There hasn't been much of a displacement lower. So as you can see, we have all these relatively equal highs in here together with a higher time frame premium CB. So as you can see today, price has taken the relatively equal highs inside the premium array. This is a 15-minute one, but it aligns really nicely with an hourly. So as you can see, after taking the relatively equal highs and trading into deeper premium, we printed this bearish candle. So let's go back to the 15-minute chart. Okay, so around the 15 minutes, I'll extend this a little bit. So the first thing on the 15-minute that I usually do is mark out my previous session's highs and lows, and on the daily I do previous day's highs and lows. Okay, up sell side here from 10 o'clock, and we have an 8:30 CPI buy side here. So after the CPI hit the marketplace, it made a Judas swing higher and then start trading lower. And we have relatively equal lows in here in the 15-minute basis, and we have yesterday's New York lunch low here as well. So likely run the lunch sell side here, didn't take it out, and we left, as you can see, previous day's low intact as well. So that was the first sign the price will not likely go lower here today, at least in the AM session and in the lunch hour, because usually when something like that happens, where price leaves relatively equal lows for the sell side, those are usually going to be tagged later. And we also didn't have anything premium from this leg where price could have reversed and continued lower. Okay, and that's on the 15-minute basis. That's what I use for my higher time frame when I trade the intraday charts. Okay, and as you can see here, as the lunch hour was starting to end, price made its final push higher, deeper into premium, S&P with the ES and Dow, and then we had the run lower. So let's go on the 5-minute charts, and it's going to be cleaner there slightly. Okay, so this is the morning low again. So we have all these lows in here. We don't have a sell side run in here. Price stays lower to the take sell side. Goes higher. Now this price action in here is not particularly clean. However, it seems to have started loosening up from 12.45 on a 5-minute basis. Leaves a 5-minute BC in here where price trades to and makes the final push higher for the premium. Okay, and from 13.30 is where I begin watching price usually. And my New York PM session starts at 13.30. So at 13.30 I start observing price. And what I see is that Nasdaq is aggressively running higher while the ES on the same chart is doing this. So ES at 13 has a high, and at 13.50 it has a lower high, or other words, a short-term high that's lower than this one. And here we have 13 here and 13.50 here. So we have an S&P, okay? S&P divergence inside the 50-minute premium and inside the current week's new week opening gap after taking a 30 CPI buy side and previous day's high and previous week's high as well. So that's a high likelihood for price to now want to reverse and run on the sell side. So where is the obvious target where price might run to based on this price run from this low here to this high, which is the dealing range? So it's likely going to want to 8%, which is the equilibrium of the range, or it's going to want to visit obvious sell side liquidity pools from previous sessions. So as you can see, we have a New York bunch sell side here on the 5-minute basis. So S&P starts coming to effect now. Price starts trading lower, and here is where I get my 1-minute entry. So let's jump on the 1 minute and see how it actually looks like. Okay. So here you can see I have a few discount arrays marked out. So the 5-minute I have marked out here is because I wanted to see the 5 minutes busy here made. I wanted to see a trade below that. So once I saw that, this is effectively going to be an inversion fair value gap. So as this turns into an inversion fair value gap, this is the first premium array where to enter from, because it's unlikely to trade back up in here because we have a new week opening gap that's likely going to stop that from happening. And if my idea is going to be valid, price should not break above the new week opening gap here because we have already traded below that. So the highest it can go is probably a new week opening gap high here. So I don't enter on this first candle because I want to see the new week opening gap high respected. So as you can see, price trades up in here, trades all the way down, and then takes its sweet time to stay in around the constant encroachment of the new week opening gap. Now makes one more step higher into the CB, trades into it once more. This is where I enter short and I target New York lunch sell side liquidity. And obviously we are taking partials, so here's my executions. So executing 6 contracts at 21,236.25. The first partial for 3 contracts, as you can see, is at below here, the first internal range liquidity. So the first partial comes in at 21,208.75. Second partial comes in at the low, at this low. Okay. So as you can see, price traded higher, and then continued lower. So this low is another partial for me, which is 21,200. And after that, we have that 1 minute BC high for partial, 21,193.5. And again, price retraces a little bit, treats this as an inversion fair value gap, starts trading lower here, doesn't make it into premium because it doesn't need to, trades lower here, and the final target gets taken at 21,169.5. So that is it. If you want to learn from me or how I trade, come visit the trading floor.
Thanks for sticking around to the end. To be eligible for the free $1,000 giveaway, you just have to be able to receive a PayPal payment. To enter, like and comment below and come back tomorrow for another video and another chance to enter.